Kraven the Hunter is finally hitting theaters this weekend after 2 years of delays. With that being said, while I'm looking forward to this one, I think it's pretty obvious Kraven is destined for box office failure. So let's talk about why. Since the beginning, the Sony Spider-Verse has been a mess. What once looked promising ended up becoming a huge disaster. Sure, the Venom trilogy did well at the box office. However, that doesn't mean this universe is good and that it's going to have longevity. As far as I can see, Venom is the only superhero in this universe so far who's proven it can rake in money. The other two movies, Madam Web and Morbius, were not only equally terrible to Venom's trilogy, but they performed poorly at the box office. Which makes me wonder, why was Spider-Man never brought into Sony's Spider-Verse? I mean, from the start, all anyone wanted to see was Hardy's Venom link up with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Yet, Sony messed it up. And at this point, I highly doubt we'll ever see Spider-Man appear in this timeline. Man, who would have thought a universe named after Spider-Man would suck because Spider-Man isn't part of it? Nah, they got too busy focusing on characters nobody gave a rat's ass about. Seriously, why do we get standalone Morbius and Madam Web films before getting a Spider-Man and Venom standoff here? So through 5 films now, I'd argue this universe is hot garbage, and most people would agree. But this weekend, we're getting the third Sony Spider-Verse movie of the year, Kraven the Hunter, the first R-rated flick of this 6-film universe. Now, could Kraven be the movie that saves this universe from getting buried for good? Who am I kidding? Regardless of quality, I think Kraven the Hunter is destined to fail monetarily for a variety of reasons. The first being the R rating, unfortunately. Now, I don't think this is by any means the biggest reason why Kraven won't do well from a money standpoint, but it certainly doesn't help its case. As we all know, R-rated movies don't fare as well at the box office because they aren't geared towards younger audiences. So because of that, Kraven is already limiting itself a little from reaching its box office goals. If you ask me though, I am very excited for Kraven even if it doesn't make any money, mainly because of the R rating. I love R-rated superhero movies, and I think this mature rating will improve the overall quality of the film. Nonetheless, despite Kraven likely benefiting quality-wise from an R rating, it won't help in the money department. Real quick before we continue, make sure to click that subscribe button and turn on all notifications for upcoming videos. A much bigger reason why I think Kraven will shit the bed come Friday and Saturday, however, is the amount of times it's gotten delayed. Did you know the movie was initially supposed to release in early 2023, but along came 3 delays following that first proposed release date? That's mind-blowing. The delays are partly credited to the 2023 strike, reshoots, and according to the studio, they delayed Kraven once again from August to December for strategic holiday moviegoing reasons. Now sure, those are all fair points to make for why you delayed your movie multiple times. Although, trust me, those decisions will drastically hurt Kraven in the end. Usually when a film gets delayed more than once, I think to myself, it's going to suck. That ends up being the case almost every single time too. Not that I personally think Kraven is going to be trash, but other people might because of the delays. And when you think something is going to suck, you're less inclined to see it. Also, anyone who was hyped for Kraven upon its announcement probably forgot the film is still coming out now. Oh yeah, did you see Kraven this past weekend? Wait, that's still a thing? Yeah, that'll be a conversation I have with a friend next week. What's maybe hurting Kraven's chances most at achieving long-term box office success though, is the Sony Spider-Verse itself. What direction exactly do they plan on taking this? As it currently stands, there are no films scheduled after Kraven. So is this the end? Did Sony just give up? As we've seen time and time again, when a universe has no story direction, people become disinterested. If Sony were smart, they would have had a plan from day one. You can't just begin a universe without any idea of where it's going, especially when you can't bring in the character the universe was supposedly built on. Now here we are, 6 years later since the Spider-Verse began, and a lot of people are saying this is the end of the universe for now. Who knows, maybe forever. Holland's Spider-Man 4 is in development, so if you had any hope for a future appearance of his Spidey in Sony's universe, you're gonna have to keep waiting. All I'm saying is, we saw what happened to Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom last December. Everyone knew it was the end of the DCEU, and so what do you know? Aquaman 2 grossed less than half of Aquaman 1's worldwide box office. So with Kraven the Hunter being the current end of Sony's Spider-Verse, why would any casual moviegoer watch it? People mostly see superhero films in theaters because of long-term storytelling. And since there's no long-term plan for Kraven, who cares? This is exactly why Kraven the Hunter is destined to fail at the box office. Alright, so I'm curious to hear your thoughts on Kraven the Hunter. Do you think there's any chance this movie will be a box office success? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And of course, as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and again, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you all in the next one. See you then.